Hey guys, welcome back to Spencer Farms. Hey, we're in the old F800 again today, hauling a load of beans for my cousin. He's had some combine issues. We got his combine back to going, and he was about done. And they were calling for rain tomorrow, so he wanted to get everything out of the field. So he came and got my truck, and he got finished up. We got 2 truckloads, one on mine and one on his. And we're taking them to the elevator this afternoon, try to get them offloaded before the rain hits. Hey guys, I didn't know I'd be doing another hauling video, but it's an opportunity to do it, so I got the camera with me, so we're making one. So we're going to head out to Mr. Earl's and get these beans offloaded. Synchronizer in 3rd gear or get a different truck. Take your time and wiggle it in gear to go, but I don't have that time when I'm on a hill needing to shift. There's a little store I stopped at to get gas the other day. Yeah, he's got a 4400 John Deere, and he had a bearing go out on his output shaft coming from his clutch. It caught on fire and burned all the seals out of his transmission, coming out of the transmission into the clutch housing. So he was able to find the whole transmission, clutch assembly and everything out of a used combine, and he pulled that out, put a new clutch in it, and I helped him put it back in Saturday morning and got him going. So don't nothing break between here and the elevator, we're gonna get his crop in the bin before the rain gets here. Guys, we're getting close to Mr. Earl's. Like probably less than a mile, so we'll be turning off the road. Light gains on me on the hills, and then on the flats I run off the lady. So I'm probably hauling a little bit more than he is. Driving these old trucks, but these old grain trucks set all year. By the time you get the bugs worked out of them and get them to running good, you're done. And plus, with Mr. Earl hauling most of my grain, I'm not running this one to death. Looking in the distance, you can see his elevators, augers and stuff coming up above his fence. He started buying grain in 1974, he told me. He done it because he was raising hogs. He had 200 or 300 head of sows, and he was buying his feed. So he just decided to put some grain bins in and start buying local farmers' grain, save him a little money, and it turned into a really good business for him. He's been out of the hogs for a long time, but he's still buying grain. He kept building on and adding bins. He's got both his trucks sitting out here, so he told me he was about done. His customers were about, everybody was about to wind up. Which I get just as much money out of it selling it here as I do hauling anywhere else. He doesn't really have any hours. You can come out here and unload anytime you want to. If it's in the middle of the night, he'll meet you out here and unload you. And I store my grain with him, and he's just really good to do business with. Well, I need both hands to pull up here. I'll catch you in a minute. All right, we're all weighed in. Make the little circle to the back. I know I was probably telling y'all, some of y'all in some comments on some videos, but I'm going to try to interview Mr. Earl. That man will talk and talk and talk, and he's, like I said, he's 82 years old, so he's got a lifetime of stories and experience, and he likes to tell you about it. And he is a slick dude. One of my favorite people to talk to. I had the camera, or I didn't have the camera with me the other day, and I had to give him a ride back to the farm, and I wish I'd have had it, because he told me all about how he got started and what he done before and since, and he's just a very interesting individual. I think y'all'd like to hear him. But and he's a smart man. He's highly educated. He's a chemist. Worked for Tennessee Valley Authority until he retired, and done this as well. And I remember back in the 80s, early 90s, when I was coming out here with my dad, he was a man that hardly ever slept. He just went around the clock. So I'm getting ready to pull up on the pit, and we'll get unloaded here in a minute. The only real disadvantage he has here is he buys corn and beans both, and he's only got one pit. So as people show up, depending on what they've got, he's got to clean his pit out in between loads. Sometimes that's pretty regular. We are raising the bed. Boy, this whole thing dumps good. It just sit here and idle and dump. This is Mike's old truck. It's a 68 F800. Got mine up there dumping. All right, we got weighed back in. 375 bushel on that load. And I don't know, he's probably got 250 on his. His truck won't hardly hold 300 bushel fully loaded on beans. But we'll go up there and see what he's got. I like that old truck of his. Like I said, it's a 68 F600 single axle, but it's just a cool old truck. Successful haul to the elevator. Had 643 bushel, I think, is what he said. And that wound his crop up, which he doesn't have the majority of it out here, but we beat the rain, the grain's in the dry. We're heading back home to get the trucks put up. But nothing special, just another ride in the old F800. Got to see a little bit of grain going in the pit, and a successful end to harvest, and looking forward to next year's crop, and maybe doing better, but we'll just see how it works out. But always anticipate a good crop and a good harvest, and it's always good when you get it put up successfully and get done for the year. So it was a good harvest. So guys, I appreciate you being around, hanging around. I appreciate you watching the video, and I'm gonna ease home as soon as these cars get by, and I'm gonna get me some supper here in a minute. So guys, we'll see you next time.